What is up, everybody? A9 Cavs, we back. We back. We're all vibing. We are all vibing on that John Tesh-esque intro.
Yeah, I just want y'all to know, I recently found a new basketball court to play at because someone recommended it for me to shoot music videos there, and it's Biggie's court. It's like Christopher Wallace Christie court. So I'm like, all right, well, first day I go play there. First of all, you know you're in trouble when niggas pull up to the court in slides and the sneakers is in a bag. You feel what I'm saying? Like if motherfuckers pull up like that, it's already a red flag. And these kids was like at least 16, 17, and they ran a whole fucking Ballers Life mixtape on me and my homies, bro. That shit was crazy. That shit was, bro, in and outs, tweens, in and outs, tweens, pump fake, in your body, J. And you're like, damn, my G, like I'm 5'7", like you 6'2". Why are you doing all this crazy shit? You know what I'm saying? And it's, bro, it was wild. It was, bro, I haven't got my ass busted like that, like since I was like in high school. You know what I'm saying? That shit was OD. So at a point, they blocking my shit, muffing my shit. And they keep saying, your homie in the hat, swap that. Your homie in the hat, smack that. I'm like, yo, don't call me homie in that hat, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, I know I'm the only nigga in that hat here, but come on, don't do me like that. You feel what I'm saying? So after a while, I just had to dish it off like I was fucking Jason Kidd when he was on the Mavericks, and we won. You feel what I'm saying? But it wasn't a good W, because I'm never going to forget. This kid was playing me in a do-rag, fam. How you got a do-rag on, a Preem shirt, and Kobe's on? And you stunning me, bro. It's crazy.
I just want to throw in an exception to the rule where I am someone who pulls up with my kicks in a bag and then change when I get there. And I'm not going to light anybody up. So
hold on. Do you have Nike slides?
I don't have Nike slides.
That's the key. Yeah. It's the Nike slides. I've seen niggas pull up with Sperry's, change into some Kobe's, change into some Jordan, LeBron's. But the Nike slides, the kid in the Nike slides, he giving you 10.
I fall somewhere in between Nike slides and Sperry's. Like I'm somewhere in between.
So you gonna give somebody 5 or 4?
Yeah, exactly. I might get hot. I might do some J.R. Smith shit, but you're gonna get both sides of the J.R. Smith. Like you might get 20 from me, but you might also get 1 for 19. but either way, they're going up. They're going up.
I love how much like the fit you pull up with can convey what you're about to do on the court.
Well, of course.
Or like if you pull up in boots, problem. That dude is gonna be a terror on defense. He's gonna be running through screens. He's gonna be getting rebounds.
That's a fact.
I'll say though, I think Justin, you and I played in the same game this day, but there was some dude who pulled up with like sunshine from Remember the Titans hair. It was like Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence came up on a skateboard and sweatpants and like a tank top. And we're like, all right, dude, fine. Like, we need one more. We'll get on there. And then he probably put up like 35 and 10. It was like the best basketball I've ever seen in my life. And smoked a cig, and then they hit the half pipe after. Like it was.
There was this one nigga that looked like a Puerto Rican Keith Haring. Oh my God, buckets! What kicks he had on his feet? Stan Smiths with a hole in it. Crossovers, dimes, all that. Y'all think ask David Bell. Y'all think I'm fronting. The kid was nice. But he looked like Puerto Rican Keith Haring. You feel me? So,
all right, we spent a good 5 minutes talking about our pickup legends here. I wanted to start today with something that you guys haven't seen yet, or you might have seen it on social. And I want to make sure I share the audio with this. But there was a post-game interview yesterday that was just absolutely bonk. Have either of you seen this now that you're seeing Cole Anthony?
He hit a game winner, right?
He hit a game winner, and we're gonna play 90 seconds of this. This is the entire thing, and this is one of the best post-game interviews I've ever seen in my life. Thank you very much. Hold on, let me turn that up. Can you hear that?
Yeah, you make it.
I mean, just incredible. And that's an incredible post-game interview. That's 100% what you want.
Yeah,
I love looking down the barrel of the gun of the camera and being like, yeah.
Shout out my son Cole Anthony. You feel me? We gonna call him Mr. Magic Kingdom right now. You feel what I'm saying?
The announcer really was like, "Amen." Yeah.
So you go.
I would say athletes, man. Athletes are wired different because he meant that with his whole chest, like his whole heart. He's like, I'm built for this. Yeah. What you mean? Yeah. Like there was no doubt in his mind. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Magic podcast favorite having a moment on the podcast organically that I didn't bring up.
I saw that last night. My first thought was like, what other profession do you get that opportunity? Like you just had like a nice meeting that went well, and like someone comes out and they're like, "Hey, Mike, great job at that meeting today. It went really well." And you're like, "I'm built for this." Yeah.
Imagine you with an Emmy and you like, I want to thank nobody. I did this shit myself. I'm built for this. Yeah. That's right. I'm built. That performance, I did that performance. Director, nah, I did that. It's me. 50 points. Give me the script. Like, imagine that, bro. That would be gnarly.
I gotta share Mike's comment too, because I stopped it with like 10 seconds left. But he does go on to shout out Denver for trading them RJ Hampton. Dude, he went in. He was so funny. He was like, "Yeah, thanks, Denver. Thanks."
Hey, you gotta respect it, boy. You gotta respect it.
Speaking of respect too, let's talk about the Porter Juniors because we got to start with Kevin, right? Kevin had a nice little 50 piece the other night. At what point do we start dunking on Cleveland for giving up? Right? Like he clearly was wilding out a little bit, was freaking out about the number. There's some other stuff going on, but to just like cut this dude who is now like Houston's best player. Like at some point, do we start being like Cleveland, man? What happened?
I don't think we should make fun of Cleveland because Cleveland been fucking up forever. At one point, their point guard was Damian Jones, my G. That was the starting point guard. You telling me I didn't have enough bread to get somebody that could actually dribble and pass the rock? You're not making fun of Cleveland. Homie was wilding. At that point, they was like, we're not gonna deal with him wilding, so they sent him somewhere else. But he needed that because that put the fuel in his back to be like, oh, they think I'm wilding. I'm not. I'm a baller, and now he's giving you 50 pieces. So I think it works for both of them. Me personally.
Yeah. I mean, he had to do something OD for them to be like, yeah, we got to get you out of here.
I think it was either his number was getting changed or his locker was getting changed.
It was the locker.
They moved his locker.
They moved his locker to like the little kiddie room, and he was like, what type of bullshit is this? I think that shit was like in a bathroom or some shit like that. Yeah. I'm dead ass.
Yeah, then he probably violated, said some wild stuff.
Yeah, he was tight. If it wasn't in the bathroom, it was like by the dead ass the bathroom. And he was like, "What type of bullshit is this?" and stuff like that.
Go ahead.
Let's say shout out to Kevin Porter Jr. for sticking up for his teammates outside the club, getting suspended for it, coming back, dropping 50.
That's a gangster.
Yeah, also, I don't know. I've not looked this up, but I'm pretty sure he played a couple games in the G League this year too.
He did,
I don't know any other player who's played in the G League and dropped 50 in the same season.
That list has to be short.
Shout out my man. But man, let's talk about my man, Young Republican, man. Michael Porter, Mr. Euphoria. You feel me? I just want y'all to know he balling. But have y'all really watched the games? Do you know what all of his points really are?
Jokic just did like dunks.
It's basically Jokic getting it right, and then the looking at him like this, and then throwing it back, and he dunks it. Like that's half of his buckets. You know what I'm saying? So sure, Republican looking alright after doing whatever with his back and catching COVID and voting for Trump. Sure, but let's give it up to your boy because your boy is over here playing little kids ball with a Republican. This man's going like this. Dishes, bro. Like, come on, it's wild.
It is. Jokic is passing like Dennis Rodman explaining angles and rebounds in The Last Dance. We're just kind of like, oh.
That shit look like soccer. Like that shit look like some Barcelona tiki taka shit. It's like, this nigga getting 20 points off of that.
Calling Michael Porter Jr. MAGA
Mike is crazy. Respectfully, CT, that is
crazy. Even Steve is like, that's crazy.
No, but Porter Jr., the thing that I really like about him, so what I don't know how tall he is, 6'7", 6'8". He's tall. 6'10". So, but he's also like a lights out shooter. So you just can't defend that. Like you can't, he's either gonna hit open threes or I mean, not even open. He's just going to shoot over dudes for threes. Or like you said, he's going to get easy little lay-ins or dunks from Jokic. That happened. I watched them. They beat the Clippers last night. Nuggets are in the 4 seed are the Clippers, and the 6 seed are the Lakers right now.
That's
Lakers,
what we like.
Lakers 1 game away from a play-in.
Yo, that would be insane.
Right? And there's also, and I'll pull up that janky ass bracket that NBA.com has. But just to look at that real quick, because I know we weren't even planning on talking about this, but when you look at, oh god, see what a nightmare. So right now, like Clippers, maybe I'll blow this up a little bit too.
Wait, Dallas is the 5th seed?
Yeah, Dallas.
How? What happened?
The Lakers lost to the Kings this week.
Yeah, that was
LeBron's game.
Yeah.
Hey, you heard about that bullshit LeBron James said after they lost? I will never be back to being 100%. I don't know what I'm going to do. Shut the fuck up.
Did he really? I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, he'd be a little mark-ass buster.
Steve with the LeBron hate.
Every day of my life. Fuck him.
Right now, though.
We straight up had an argument offline about LeBron this week.
Because you're wilding. We're not going to talk about that. You were wilding. You were wilding. What you said, just say I like LeBron James. Don't say no dumb shit. We're like, hey, we are the 89 Cavs. Mike, keep pushing. What's up?
Wait, no, hold on. Was I a part of this conversation?
No.
Nah, he just said some stupid shit.
I need to hear it.
I said that the basketball gods really like LeBron because they didn't let him go to the finals in 2009 to face Kobe so Kobe could wax his ass and everyone would stop sucking LeBron James' dick. Then this man goes, the Lakers will win, but LeBron will outplay Kobe. Fam, if the fucking Lakers win, how's that possible, bro? He lost. How's that possible? What? Oh, Jimmy Butler did 27, 6, and 8. He outplayed the no. Jimmy Butler lost, bro. He didn't outplay nobody. He lost. Come on. What are you talking about, bro?
I'm sorry. I just teed you up for this.
Outrageous.
Oh, this is so good. But look at this, right? Yeah, I don't think we need to say anything else on that. I think, Steve, you're right. But if we scroll down to the West, right? So Clippers are in the 4 seed, Mavs in the 5, but the Lakers essentially have the same record. There's a real possibility we get Clippers-Lakers first round, 4-5.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? The NBA would be losing their damn mind if they had both LA teams, like one of them being out in the first round.
That's crazy.
That would be nuts.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah, they wouldn't be happy about it.
That's a little crazy.
So if you're the Lakers, do you just like try to finish in the 6th seed so you play the Nuggets instead of? Although I wouldn't want to play the Nuggets right now, anyways.
If they play the Nuggets, they're getting waxed.
The Lakers?
Yes.
Here we
If
go.
they play the Nuggets, they're getting waxed. Yo, y'all been hugging Jokic's nuts the whole fucking podcast, and now my man can't beat the Lakers? What are we talking about?
It's not Jokic. I'm worried about the rest of the team.
You're worried about the rest of the team? Aaron Gordon looking beautiful, young Republican putting buckets up. Come on.
We get the Argentine sensation, Campazzo.
Oh, we are gonna talk about Campazzo. But yeah. Come on. Like, yeah, let's be serious.
Like I can't front like I've been watching a ton without Jamal Murray, but
I mean,
the Lakers are fine.
Michael Porter Jr. legit like averaging 30 since the Murray injury.
Yeah, he's been fine.
Shout
out to Michael Porter Jr. He had that back injury coming out of college. He was a top 2 prospect. He would have went top 5, but he went to the Nuggets, was quiet for a year, and now look at him. He's
you know where he should be. He should be a Knick. Instead, they took Kevin Knox.
Hold on. We just gonna let my man say, y'all relax, the Lakers are fine. We're just gonna let that rock. They're in 6th place, they're fine. Are we serious? The Jazz.
We haven't seen them be bad with the full roster yet. Of course, they haven't had a full roster, so that's probably why they're not fine. But I mean, I can see the argument.
Are we serious? 36-27 is fine now.
I mean, I do. They didn't have AD for like 2 months. They missed LeBron for a month. I get the idea of like, let them play into shape. But they They are. John said, "Okay, I'm going to record this, Steve." Like he's ready. He's ready for you to tee off. But like there's like, I mean, I get that they should get healthy and maybe they'll be all right, but they are right at the cusp of a play-in game. Like they might not even make the playoffs organically. They might have to win a play-in game to get there.
I think if they finish 6th, it's clip for them, and if they finish 5th, it's clip for them. Even if they finish 4th, it's probably they're gonna get smacked. Think of it like this, bro. If they're gonna play the Clippers, right? The shit that the NBA does not want. The Clippers just got embarrassed last season. They're gonna play like their life is on the line. They're gonna smack them, and they Gucci. They're Gucci right now. They're gonna smack them. And then if they play your boy Jokic and all of them, they're gonna get smacked. They're not in a good position. Let's keep it a stack. We could love LeBron. Sure. LeBron, Space Jam 2 probably going to be all right. But let's be fucking realistic.
Look,
guys. Come on. They're not in a good position, bro.
I'm going to push back on the Clippers because Kawhi has been injured most of the season, too. Like, Kawhi is still constantly out in games. He was out last year. I don't know how serious his injury is or how much it is.
He played last night. He was back last night when I think that was his first game back in a while where the Nuggets beat him. Oh, I can't. So, Justin, you are the most LeBron fan of the three of us. So, if you're the Lakers, what spot would you rather be in right now? Like when you're looking at potential matchups of Clips or Nuggets, most likely it's probably not going to be the Mavericks. So, Clips or Nuggets.
Man, you definitely want to play the Nuggets over the Clippers. It's just less there. The Clippers thing is like quote, it's close enough to a rivalry that it would be like an intense series for a first round. I'm not saying the Nuggets would be easier, but I think it would be different if that makes sense. Because like Clippers Lakers is a thing. That's all anyone's going to talk about for 2 weeks straight. It's gonna they're gonna find a way to put that in prime time. It's gonna have a whole parade and pomp and circumstance about it. I think Lakers Nuggets, even though it's a rematch, it'll be less pressure, or I don't know if that makes full sense. I don't think. Look, you're gonna have to beat good teams regardless, because everybody in the West from 6 up is good. So I don't know if there's like an ideal.
Yeah, it is the West. The West is stacked. We gotta share.
Sure. I was real quick. What you want is what the Lakers want is the Mavericks, but that's not gonna happen.
They definitely want Luka and his cousins, 100%. They want the whole frat party. They want to play the whole frat party, 100%. Are they gonna play the frat party? No.
I want to share Michael's comment. He's like, "Can we remember how the Clippers got waxed last playoffs? How can we say just clip the Lakers like it's nothing?" That's where I'm with you. I think if I'm the Lakers, the Nuggets are – I love Jokic. I love Michael Porter Jr. I think I'd probably bet on the Nuggets even though they wouldn't be the favorite. Like, that's who I would take in the Lakers series. But if I'm the Lakers, I'd probably rather play the Nuggets than the Clippers. Like, the Clippers just – Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, like, I don't know. They are deeper. They're a little bit deeper. You could play off Rondo. He's going to average like 30 and 30. You know, like I don't know. It's going to be close. I think those are going to be like none of those are going to be cakewalk series.
Okay,
all the way down.
For sure. We all saying the same thing, right? For sure. Are they gonna make it to the finals? Do you think they're gonna make it to the finals? That's what I'm asking you.
The Lakers?
Yes. You hear the hesitation? That's all I need. Because these motherfuckers watching it is wailing like I'm saying shit that's gibberish and nonsense, bro.
I would still put my money on
like the same. You still put the money on it?
Over anybody else in the West, I would still take the Lakers.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, that ass?
They're going to be I bet you they're the favorite. I bet you they're like Vegas favorite.
They got to be the Vegas favorite. Vegas is like Utah. I love them. Phoenix, I love them.
No, Utah is going to like if they get out of the first round, it's going to take 6 or 7 games. Like I don't care who they play, they're going to fudge a couple up. I think I'm hitching my bandwagon to the Suns. I think that's where I'm going. I want the Suns to take me to the promised land. I want CP3 to just dribble the fuck out of the ball. I want Booker getting 30, Ayton looking like a 55-year-old, 22-year-old. Like I want the Suns to. That's who I'm rooting for. I think honestly, they seem like a playoff team, right? They can play slow, they can play fast. They got dudes who can defend, shoot. Like I don't know. I'm with it. I'm with the Suns.
I'm hoping too. Most importantly, to even move past this Lakers LeBron stuff, yo, can we get these teams on like the Suns and the Jazz? Like, can we get them playing earlier and advertise them and tell people like Devin Booker is a person who exists and Donovan Mitchell? Because the NBA has been very, very heavy on the LeBron advertisement for the last 10 years.
Because it's because of niggas like you.
No, I watch basketball. He wins, but like they don't push. They need to push those people because, like, yeah, we should care that Phoenix is good. We should care that, Ayton has looked 90.
My man Ayton rock, bro.
Yo, Ayton looked like an uncle of mine. Straight up,
let him rock, man.
Hey, but he's been balling, and he's helping me win my fantasy playoff right now. So
I love him.
I just want to say one thing. I agree with you, Justin. And come on, we're not gonna disrespect. We're not gonna disrespect Mormon Wade. Look what his team looking like without him there, boy. He's a star. He's a baller. Put some respect on my son's name. Kendall Jenner, put some respect on my son's boyfriend's name. All right, that's it, bro. I can't wait to see them. This LeBron James shit. Fuck LeBron James. Fuck the Lakers. You can record this. They're not gonna win. Out here bugging. And if they do win, I'm gonna stop doing this podcast. That's how confident I know they're not gonna make it. Y'all bugged out. Y'all bugged the fuck out.
Like, you know what's gonna happen? Look. All right, look, the Lakers make it. I'm gonna get Kyle Kuzma to come on the podcast in an all-white tech suit with some wild glasses.
Yo, if you get Kyle Kuzma on this shit, boy, I would happily give you 2 racks. Happily. And I would say all the bullshit I've been saying to Kyle Kuzma, and he probably gonna get tight.
I will say, if we get a Clippers-Lakers first-round matchup, we do need to get Merce on here to while out about the Clippers a little bit, because he's a diehard Clippers head. So we're gonna need that if we get just to let Justin and Merce go back and forth on like LeBron Clippers talk. I think we need it. We need it.
But we need to talk about my man though. My man CP3. What's up? Y'all don't think? Let me ask y'all for real. You feel me? The Jokic fan club. Y'all don't think they should just swing it to my son CP3? Come on.
No.
Oh my God, boy. Y'all really.
You try MVP?
When y'all like someone, y'all just like someone, boy. Yo, come on. Man. The Suns, you thought the Suns is gonna be this high in the seed? Come on, CP3 make the whole squad better. We talk about a nigga that looked like he 80. Now he balling. He looked like he 80, and we saying he's balling.
It's in the 3rd year though. It's not like it's
3rd year. It's CP3. Come on. 3rd year.
Oh, you saying CP3 looked like he 80? I thought you were talking about Ayton again.
Ayton looked like he 80. Ayton looked like he 80, but it looked like he balling like he 20 because my man Chris Paul on the team. Come on, bro. No, you got to give Chris Paul the. Come on, bud.
The MVP?
Yes.
I don't know.
When they robbed him in 2008, the basketball gods better give it to him this year. He's balling. Come on. He made the squad better.
I think he should be in the conversation, definitely. Like, he should be top 5. I think he should get some love for it. But, I mean, what Jokic has done this year, we've never seen it.
My son in 3rd, boy. And it's not even like my son was in 6th and 7th and 5th. My son CP3 been 1 and dose for the whole season. Come on, God.
Wait, hold on. But the Jazz are also, like, in that they have similar records. They go 1 and 2. But you're not gonna say Donovan Mitchell?
I've been said that. I've been said that, and y'all was like, "Oh, Donovan Mitchell, I don't know. His fade is not cool enough. He like Spider-Man. Y'all ain't fucking with Mormon Wade. That's cool. That's cool. Y'all don't gotta rock with him. That's cool. But CP3 is well deserved of an MVP. You know what, Joker Rock? He do look like Cliff Paul. That's a fact. That's a fact with the vest because he's older. That's a fact. But we gotta admit, my man's. Let's put my man in the. If y'all want to give it to him, y'all want to give it to Jokic and Embiid. I think that's wild shit. I'm going with Chris.
Wait. Can we take one time out? I don't know how to do a replay from last week, but I think I'm the person who put Chris Paul highest in my MVP rankings.
I think you did.
Yeah, and you wasn't.
I think you had him 3rd, right?
I had him 3rd. I was the only one who had him 3rd.
And no one said you was wilding.
Right.
That's what
I'm saying. I respect Chris Paul, but 3rd is where I'm going.
The Nuggets are in the 4th seed. They lose Jamal Murray, their starting point guard, not superstar, really good basketball player, Jamal Murray. And
that's
then,
fucked up.
Right? He's not a superstar. Come on, Jamal Murray's not a superstar. All right, you can't.
That's fucked up, man.
Yo, real quick. I know this is kind of a digression, but what do y'all think a superstar is? For real, because it's used real wide or real narrow.
I call a superstar someone that could ball at a high level. If you could ball at a high level and you could show out, I think you're a superstar.
And that's why I think Joe Harris is a superstar.
That's wild.
All right,
That's wild.
All right.
My man Joe Harris is just like, oh, there's like mad niggas on those niggas. I'm wide open. Swing me the ball.
Yeah.
That's not entirely a superstar, but if you don't want to give the Canadian glitch the respect, that's gravy.
No, I
just hope he come back. You know what
I'm
saying?
with Michael Wright. I'm with Michael right here. Jamal Murray shut out in the playoffs. I think Jamal is on his way to superstar. Also, I'm gonna share. Nick, I want to share this comment right here because Anchor Card, who I know, huge Top Shot fan. I've seen you wilding out in the chat just as much as we're wilding out here. You already said you were leaving like 5 minutes ago, so clearly we're doing something right because you're still here. Because I'm gonna scroll up. This is at what time? This chat was at 1:02. Let me go find this. 12:59. What the fuck is this talk? I'm out. So we've held you for 3 more minutes, baby. So you keep popping off. All right.
And look, what's his name? The Card 88.
Yeah. No, we before we dunk. We like him. We're team. He's good. He's good people.
I'm gonna say thank you. He said it sounded like he watched your First Take. That's a compliment for me.
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, real talk. Everybody on First Take you pay like a couple $1 million, which is straight up.
You feel like that? God bless you, bro. You made my day better.
I'll
after this, so thank you.
I'll gladly do some Max Kellerman shit. Like I've got that white look. You can get me on there for some Max Kellerman. Maybe some Tony Reale around the horn. I don't care.
Hey, Mike, that Max Kellerman, that's accurate too, because sometimes Stephen A say some shit, and Max Kellerman just got to look at like, yeah, I can't comment on that. I can't touch that. Let's move on to the next topic.
But to go back to Jamal, though, this is how I feel about Jamal. Like, he feels like he has the ceiling to get up there, right? Like he does feel like he's someone who can. What we saw on that series against Utah was like unreal. But then he kind of comes back and. You know, you'll see games where it's like 16 points and stuff like that. I don't know. He's just like very hot and cold.
The regular season, Jamal, like the part of reason to look forward to is like he's a beast in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he has been for the last couple of years. So
yeah, he has been. But anyway, my point being like, right, Jamal goes down, the Nuggets continue to win games. You know what I'm saying? They like move to the third seed. So that's kind of why. That was how I'm cementing the Jokic thing. Yeah.
I think this is also fun too, because a lot of what are basically all the MVP candidates in the West. So we'll kind of get to see. I mean, obviously, a playoff series doesn't decide it, but we'll get to see people play each other.
Yeah,
and that'll settle some at least arguments amongst friends because you get to play the games because the West is going to be good. Even the play-in is going to be good.
And as we say that, let's scroll up to see because we talked about how loaded the West looks like. Let's go over to the East and see what this church league, as Steve likes to say, is looking right now.
Let's just call out the hottest teams in the East are the New York Knicks and the Washington Wizards. No one can beat either of those teams right now.
Wizards being 8-2 in their last 10. I mean, they just keep winning. They're winning wild games too, where like you gotta score 160. They're like a shittier version of the Nets. Like you need to get 160 to beat them. But they will give up 160 though. That's the thing.
Yeah, we straight up got the Knicks and the Hawks seem like they're on pace to fight each other. The Hornets can make it interesting in the play-in game. You see LaMelo is back.
Man, and right on time with CT, that underhand dime, but where from like 70 feet was wild last night by LaMelo. And like it's his first, that was like his first pass of the game, just chucks it underhand the length of the court to Miles Bridges, who Miles Bridges is turning out to be a superstar.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like true. Was it? I think it's when LaMelo went out. He was like, all right, I'm going to put somebody in a poster every 4 games, but also I'm giving you like 25 and like 5, I think.
It's like he sees red when he goes up. Like he has not had one like nice put down. Like he goes up and he's like, who am I burying tonight?
Yeah, some people be banging it on people on accident. He's like, I'm banging it to bang it on you. It's crazy.
I'm trying to hurt feelings.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Even though this shit a church league, I mean, when it gets to the second round, it's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, there's some first round shit is corny. It is what it is. Brown, them Pacers though, fuck them. We're gonna move past that. We're gonna move past the Pacers. But you feel me? Like when we get to the second round, Knicks, Nets, that's cute. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? Even fucking what we got? We got my man's Philly. Maybe play Milwaukee. You feel me? They might play Boston. Who knows? Shit all type fucked up. But I think the second round of the church league is gonna be fun. But my money on the Nets though.
I know.
My money on the Nets though.
You still believe in the Nets with Harden out with whatever his hamstring? Do you think the East is weak enough that Harden can come back and get it rocking in time for them to push to the finals?
Sadly. Yeah, sadly. No, I wouldn't want to admit that because it's not basketball, but yeah. You feel me? And I think if they go to the finals, I definitely think they're gonna bust that ass. If they're playing Kendall Jenner's boyfriend or they're playing Mormon Wade, I think they're gonna bust that ass. So
hold on, we need to share Neil's comment right here. He said, "What about Mason Valuable Plumlee? They're definitely 18-46 without him," which is a good segue too.
Detroit basketball. Yo, shout out to Beef Stew, Isaiah Stewart on the boards, getting money.
He might be my favorite player in the NBA right now. Every time I get a notification, they're like, "Plumlee's sitting tonight." I'm like, "Ooh, we got some beef stew, baby."
Yeah, that's one wild nickname too.
That's fire.
I love that. I used to hate it, but now I'm starting to grow, accustomed to it or soften on it. But Detroit is like, oh, Detroit's a hardworking city, so like over fetishizing these players that are like hardworking. But now I'm like, yeah, we got another 6'8" center in Isaiah Stewart. Yeah, he's just big bodying dudes. All right, I see it. I like it. He's a hardworking dude. Sadiq Bey with that. The dude has the wettest jumper with the weirdest form. It's not even his form. It's like the way his legs are is so rigid in a way, but just dropping it.
No, Sadiq Bey, honestly, like Steve, you gotta look that up because I feel like you could do a full like 30 for 30 breakdown on that man's jumper. Like it is
pull it up.
It's an uncomfortable look. It doesn't like it looks bad. If you saw that at the park, you'd be like, no. Oh, all right.
Nah, it's that crazy. I've seen crazy shit in the hood. It's that crazy, Sadiq. You'll pull it up.
It's not like it's not Michael Kidd Gilchrist crazy.
Yeah, it's not broken.
Yo, his shit was crazy. His shit was crazy.
He was like putting his hand through.
That's up there, bro. That's up there. But the wildest shit is the slingshot shit. That shit I can never understand. Like when they do this shit over their shoulder and they just chuck like that. That shit look crazy to me.
Let me trying to see if I can find a good. I'm seeing mostly college stuff. I'm not trying to get like a highlight reel.
To be fair, you're not about to. NBA.com isn't putting out Sadiq Bey highlight reel.
Yeah, it might be tough to find. We'll have to
let me tell you the wildest jump shot I see. So you got the rock. This man will put his hands at the end of the rock over his head and chuck like that, boy. And it would be money. That's not wild, fam. Not even like this, boy. On the side, dogs, and you chuck it over your head and it's money. Nah, that's disrespectful, bro.
I remember being like 13 or 14 maybe and like learning that you could jump before letting it go. That like a jump shot was like you're supposed to be at the height of your jump and then let it go. And so I would practice that. And that turned into a 2-year run of like a really ugly ass jumper where every time I'm going to shoot, I'm jumping as high as I can. Like I'm putting everything into it. And then it ends up being all wrists firing the ball. It was so bad. It honestly is probably why it like set me back years, I think, of development.
You got ruined by like that 3-point contest in NBA Live 2008 where you had to time it or whatever.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly right. That's funny. But yeah, the Harden thing is getting a little weird, right? Like it seemed like he had a hamstring pull. He's only going to be out a little bit, and now it's straight up been a month at this point, and the player, it's sounding like he might even miss some of the playoffs. Like it seems like he's definitely done for the next 10 games, but that when the playoffs start, he might be like working them in. And, they're all good enough that I'm not, it's Harden, Kyrie, and Durant, right? Like they'll figure it out. But we are at the point where like they haven't played together at all, really.
Yeah. It sucks too because like we obviously had injury problems this season, but they're so talented together. We're just looking at them as a foregone conclusion. But I actually want to see them be great now. Like, like that. Even the Warriors team that eventually lost, but yeah, those 73 games were fun because they were dogging people. And that's fun to watch these things be great. And we're just watching the Nets like, oh, here's who is there. Here's Jeff Green's career resurgence again. Here's like great Joe Harris minutes. But no,
Hall of Famer Joe Harris.
Yeah, I want to see Harden, Durant, and Kyrie do their thing like now and not working it in the playoffs.
I know. And because, I mean, they really might get a first-round matchup, maybe even against John Weingart's Indiana Pacers. But
I got you on stay done.
but like even I mean, we said this last week. I'm not really concerned that the Wizards are going to be the Nets, but if you don't have Harden, and now you're getting Russ is on like that super serum shit from the Avengers, where he's like he's a monster, and Bradley Beal, who's dropping like 35 a game right now. I mean, I wouldn't be pumped. I wouldn't be pumped to play them in the first round. They probably still get by, but it's probably gonna be a little bit harder than what it should be.
Yeah, that's a fact. I agree.
Hey, look, I just have to, because I noticed it, and we talked about the Pacers, but the Pacers beat the Thunder by 57 last night, and Doug McDermott had 31 to lead the game. So
Dougie Fresh,
we got to give it up to him.
Okay, first of all, it's OKC, bro. Their point guard looks like he should be in a boy band, bro. What are we talking about?
Hey,
well, listen, you say that, and I don't want to move us off the Indiana Pacers just yet, but my Boston Celtics lost to the Thunder this week.
But I ain't gonna hold you. Shit fucked up in Boston right now. I'm not gonna get into it. Shit fucked up in Boston right now. But we're not really gonna celebrate the Indiana Pacers whooping OKC's ass like OKC had any chance of doing anything this year.
Steve,
the Pacers.
Steve, four starters combined for the Thunder had 28 points.
That's what we talk about, boy. It's the Thunder, boy. We're not giving the Pacers no W's for like that, man.
That's like, what's his name? Like Poku, Slenderman Jr. has been. He's constantly shooting like 4 for 20 with 8 points, like every single game. He's getting 20 shots. He was out. Yeah, he was out that one.
If your starting big man look like he should be in a Hermione Corrin movie, you got issues, bro. You need to fire GM, trade something, call up the G League. Ring, ring, Euro League, all that shit, boy. Fuck OKC, you feel me?
Hey.
But it's still fuck Indiana, you feel me? I don't care about none of the W's. But shout out my man Saboner, you feel me? He looked like a dude that used to sell me bud. Shout out Saboner one time. He used to sell me bud in front of Cobra Club in Bushwick. That's my man.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, every dude in Bushwick either gonna look like Magna Marco or they gonna look like Saboner. You know what I'm saying? So shout out my man.
That's so good. But yeah, so we can transition and talk about the Celtics who lost to the Thunder. They, and we want to start with good news, right? Tatum like either tied or broke Larry Bird's record of scoring 60 in a game. And like Tatum, amazing. Like I don't want no disrespect on Tatum's name. It's balling, incredible stuff. But what's being overlooked in that 60-point game is they were down 30 plus to the Spurs at halftime, and they needed 60 points for them to win the game, to beat the Spurs. And now, I mean, the Spurs are always feisty, but the Spurs are never a team that are up 30. Like that's like against what they do. Like they should never be up 30.
I think the Spurs shot like 77% in the first half or something ridiculous.
Yeah. And they came back to earth. But, man, the Celtics are like – everybody was like, oh, they're 8-2 in their last 10. Celtics figured it out. Like, they didn't figure it out. They played the Suns after they played like 4 games in a row. They played the Warriors, who they barely got by the Warriors, and the Warriors are another broken team. Like, they were beating teams that don't matter. And then they play the Hornets. They get waxed. They lose to the Thunder, who are going out of their way to lose games. Like, they're trying – like, we just talked about that roster. They're playing a dude – like, we could run it down. Like, Ty Jerome. Anybody heard of Ty Jerome before?
No.
Like Svi Malachi, whatever no, we had these are all Bond villains.
Former Piston and Lakers, Svi Malachi, whatever.
Yeah. Listen, if we're just punting, if we're giving up on trying to know the last guy's name, no disrespect to the name, but we're not trying to learn it. Like, because that's the Thunder's roster. It's like just a bunch of like Gary Thompson. Sure, I'm sure he plays.
Dog, you making that up?
That's what I'm saying.
He's going off the dome. He's going off the dome. Ain't nobody like Gary Thompson. No, that's some improv shit off the dome.
That's what I mean, though. That team is just like, how do you lose to that team? how do you, like when the Timberwolves win a game, like they're a bad team, but like, okay, you got Towns, Edwards, D'Angelo Russell's all of a sudden balling, Rubio. Like there's professional basketball players on that team. The Thunder are like, fuck it. Let's like, coach's son's night. Like if you have a child, come on in. You get 15 minutes and 5 shots.
He just said OKC is an AAU team. That's what he just said. That's what he just said, ladies and gentlemen. You know every AAU team is, oh man, Jamel can't make it. You'll just ask your cousin Freddie. That's what he said a whole organization is. And y'all love when I insult Indiana for just saying I don't want to go to that place. But he said an organization is a team of high school kids? Come on, guys. Come on. Let's give it up for Mike Z for being a savage.
That's wild.
But forget the savage moment. I have a serious question. And this is not a bit. So when I seen Irish Drake scoring 60, I'm like, that's dope. Then when I read it was the highest points scored, like tied or whatever, for the Celtics, I was like, are you dead ass? Like for all the greats that they had, 60 is really y'all don't think that's surprising? Like I would have thought at least like a crazy, like a 65 piece or some shit, but like 60 is the cap. Like there's so many great Boston Celtics players that put up buckets. Y'all don't even think that's a little like you wouldn't think Bill Russell back in the old days doing whatever bullshit, he would have more than 60. I think that's a little crazy. I don't think so.
I mean, I was surprised. I would have assumed Larry had gotten like 65 or something, but I think if Larry was like Steve Nash-esque in the sense that he would dish. He would just like get other people involved a lot. So maybe that's why. But I thought that would have been a little bit higher.
It's surprising a little bit, but also not as much. I hear echo. You hear it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right.
You good though?
Right. All right. It's surprising a little bit, but not as much because you think those Celtics teams were stacked. So it's not like Larry Bird going by himself or Kevin McHale by himself. They had enough people to pass off to. So even when Larry was getting off, it was for 60, not a wild number. Yeah, I would have expected somebody like Paul Pierce or Antoine Walker back when it was like it's just them and nobody else.
Yeah.
Get
that little Walker wiggle in there.
Yeah, my man's right there.
And look, Bill Russell, was they scoring 60 back then, or is it just Wilt?
Fam, I don't know what they was on back in the day, but they was wilding on people. Like no matter what, if you look at the numbers, they was wilding. They was putting buckets up, bro.
Bill Russell would have games with like 49 blocks or something.
Yeah, crazy shit. That's what I'm saying. And people would be like, "Oh no, does it count as back in the day?" I'm like, fam, they still was wilding. No matter what time it was. A homie scored 100, he scored 100. He was wilding. Like.
Why they keep going to the rim? I know that's not the point.
But let them rock, man. Let them rock, boy. Let them rock, boy.
They didn't figure out the 3-point shot till like 20 years after Bill Russell.
Come on, fam. It was wilding back in the day, boy. It was wilding.
Man, but yeah, I almost feel bad. Like Tatum's so good right now, but that Celtics team is just trash. Like Marcus Smart tweeted something out, was just like, of course Tatum's a killer, but like shout out Aaron Nesmith. Like, boy, and I was like, dude, he got 15 points, and everybody in Boston got hard as hell for it.
I was gonna shout him out too. I actually watched the condensed game on from NBA.com, and it's every Aaron Nesmith highlight is in there. It's not that much Tatum, to be honest. For someone who scored 60, it is a lot of Aaron Nesmith rebounds.
And I get it. I get like, oh, wow, one of our rookies are contributing. Yay. But like that shouldn't be the baseline for success. Like him getting a couple of buckets we shouldn't ticker tape parade it. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like you should get buckets. You're a professional basketball player. Like that's your job to get buckets. And so I don't know. I'm probably too hard on him, and maybe it's because I like them, but I'm just out. I'm out on the Celtics.
Hey, fam, if your whole season fucked up and your little son doing all right, you're going to tell your son keep going, bro. That's what they got to do, man.
Yeah.
I have to tell your homie he's doing good even though it's some bullshit because they on some bullshit right now. You feel me? But they could also turn this bullshit around. My son Giannis might be drinking the wrong smoothie one day and his whole team is on some dumb shit and they had a whole bunch of Miller Lite from Milwaukee and they could be fucked up and y'all could win. You never know. More. Only the basketball guys know. I'm that serious. You think I'm fronting? PBR and Miller Lite is from Milwaukee. I used to work at a brewery. That's real shit, boy. It's the beer city, boy. Think I'm joking. Google it.
I want to
You have
share
to
this.
put that comment up. You have to put that up. Yes.
Yeah, Neesmith had more Tommy points than actual points. That's why. Shout out Tommy Heisman, R.I.P. Heinzen, what do you say? Heisman? Heinzen.
Yeah, you call him Heisman.
Yeah, Tommy.
Look, this wasn't on the record, but I'm gonna just digress to it and switch. Yo, Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell are actually playing basketball together, and he talked about them. But one, they back to back. They beat the Jazz. Two, they're winning those games to give the Pistons a better chance at that top pick. Let's go,
dude. So they swept the season series with the Jazz. They beat the Jazz every time they played, which is nuts. And then they beat the Warriors this week too. And I forget what podcast it was. It was probably the mismatch with Verno and Kevin O'Connor. But they basically that the Warriors were kind of like, you know what? We should lose this game because we got these assholes first round pick if it's not top 3. So yeah, sure, keep winning, Wolves. Like guarantee us that first round pick. But yeah, they do look like, I don't know. They look like they've got a foundation for something.
Yeah, which is, we're at the end of the season, so you start to get into the zone where you convince yourself of stuff that's not going to happen. Like I remember Flip Murray averaged 20 at the end of a season, and I was convinced Flip Murray was like, all right, yeah, we got like a star in the making. And some of y'all are probably listening like, hey, who is Flip Murray? Exactly. So I think we might be in that same zone with the Timberwolves where it's like, oh, they're winning games, but next season we're back at square one. Like, oh, damn, they can't win anymore. What's going on with Cat? They need to get rid of Russell.
We have to shout out that Flip Murray.
Shout out Flip Murray one time. Also, Flip Murray in 2K is nuts, boy.
He's so good.
He's so nice.
Is it first name Rolando? Is it?
I think that sounds correct.
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't remember, but I got one thing I gotta say about the Timberwolves. All right, A-Rod, record this. No matter how many games y'all win, you gotta blow that whole team up. I don't care what you get, you gotta blow that whole team up. Because right now you taking the biggest L of your life. They got your pick, and what you got? A bag of Skittles and a comic strip of the Peanuts, boy.
Oh no! I kicked you out. No, my bad. I kicked you out.
Nah, can I keep going?
Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
You got a comic strip from the Peanuts from St. Paul. What you need to do is you need to swing D'Angelo. D'Angelo 25. Swing D'Angelo to New York. I'm rocking with that. Swing him over here. Swing him to New York. He'd be in a big city. Where you gonna put Cat? I don't know. Somewhere nice with the sun. So him and his beautiful black girlfriend, they could be out in the sun and not the fucking cold. Anthony Edwards, wave him. Give him what? Yes, wave him. Give him a TV show. We need him on Netflix. He's hilarious. He's so funny. Hey, HBO, fuck Netflix. Put him on HBO. Maybe get Bill Hader to write it. Make it really cool and dark. And then it's going to be Anthony Edwards. After that, the whole rest of the squad, the hooligans you got, and Ricky Rubio looking like he should do pop music, whatever. You do whatever you want with them, A-Rod. Your 3 pieces, get them out of there. Because even if you have them there next year, you're going to take an L, A-Rod. And I know you, A-Rod. You a cheater. And I know what cheaters love to do. They love to win. So listen to your boy.
The Anthony Edwards, we should have shared this like last week, but him getting interviewed about A-Rod and just being like, I have no idea who that is.
He's like, oh, I know Chipper Jones.
That guy's hilarious, bro. He's so hilarious.
I was reading on Twitter, and it has been explained that he's very Atlanta. So if you know, I don't know that many cats from Atlanta, but Twitter seems to confirm that he's just a dude from Atlanta, and he acts. That's how they act. It's in that strange Cam Newton territory of just like it's a different breed of cats. Did you hear the other quote he had where they asked Anthony Edwards, what are the Timberwolves like? Oh, the Timberwolves are finishing games better than they were earlier this season. What happened? He was like, yeah, they weren't playing me.
Yeah. My cousin, like she lives in Atlanta and her husband has the similar like sense of humor as Anthony Edwards. So it might be a fact that that's just how they are over there.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
that's so hilarious. Funny. We talked about Russell going to New York, but Steve, you shared a rumor, right? I think it was Steve. You shared it.
Yes,
a rumor with us today.
Yes, I did.
Hit us with it.
The Knicks are about to give it all for Dame. Dame time, baby. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. First of all, I think the Knicks gotta do some crazy shit to get him out of Portlandia. They gotta do some crazy shit. Because one, like let's keep it a stack. The squad over there is a little better. Not a lot better, but you got some pieces over there. But they're about to give everything for my man's, and then my man's is gonna be in a big market city with young dudes that's balling. Come on, we here for it. Dame is 30. Give him a 4-year contract. We get a couple playoff runs, maybe a chip if the gods like us. I'm here for it. Now, if you got to give the pieces of the young dudes, I don't want this trade.
Right? They were just saying like
picks shit, right?
4 first, right? They were gonna take our first for the next 25 years for Dame.
I'm with that. You're not with that? I'm so with that.
But I think the rumor is funny too because it says the Knicks are willing to part with 3 to 4 picks for Dame Lillard. Of course they are. Of course they are.
Everybody would do that. It's Dame.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's I want the term. Yeah, that's my thing though. I don't see Dame actually bouncing. Right? Like he's been beating his chest that whole time, being like, I'm never leaving. I'm never joining another team. I'm like, this is my squad.
Can I talk to Moose for a second?
Yeah, I'll put Moose back up.
Hey, Moose. I don't know. I hope your day's going all right. I'm a native New Yorker. This is the city of dreams. So I'm going to keep dreaming. I'm not going to give up. Also, I'm an African-American man. And I know how it is in Portland. Shit is fucked up. Sometimes as an African-American man, you don't want to be next to a vegan spot. You don't want to see naked people riding bikes. You also don't want to hear about how Shrill's a good show. Sometimes you want to chop cheese and you want to hear Pop Smoke being played outside of a bodega. So maybe he might want to leave there and maybe it might happen. But just so you know, I'm not giving up. Thank you, my man.
Yo, I love like the hopeful Knicks fans, man. I love it.
I mean, just the blatant disrespect to Shrill right there. Like,
hey, first season, you had me. Second season, what's up?
Hey, Neil Diamond Hands, excellent point though. Definitely naked bike riders in Brooklyn. Like we can't. That is not exclusive to
my G. It's a thing in Portland though. It's wild in New York. You dig what I'm saying? Think about it.
Yep. I mean, something's gonna happen in Portland because they're too low of a seed every year. Somebody's getting fired or traded. I think Damon's the last resort, but
yeah, I think Stotts is gone. Stotts is definitely like he's not coming back next year. No way. If that's something we can bet on, like I'm gonna do it. He's gone. I wonder what they do. But to go back to New York, I mean, they're like one of the few teams with a ton of cap space, I think, this year. And I don't think there's a ton of good free agents, but like they really are like a point guard away from being a real contender. Not that they're not good right now, but like I feel like they could give people problems. If say Chris Paul, who's got like I think a player option after this year, what if Chris Paul's like, Knicks, you give me a 3-year deal, let me play till I'm 40, I'm there. Right?
I'm not with that one.
No,
I'm definitely with the Dame. I'm not with the Knicks getting these people that's past 32. Shit is annoying. You see
also,
me? I lived through that. I'm here for the 30-year-old. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't think Chris Paul and Julius Randle would see eye to eye. Anyway.
Exactly.
But I think like look, and maybe the Dame thing is admittedly pie in the sky, but he is a player. Like Dame to the Knicks makes sense in every way. Like basketball makes sense. It makes sense like personality wise. Dame would immediately. He's a superstar, popular now. He would hit another echelon of fame. We'd get more rap albums from him. It just fits so perfectly with like a lot of the Dame experience, his personality, the way he like I'm for this. He'd be loved by the city. It would be very fun. It would be admittedly very fun. I would want it to happen.
Yeah. Yes. We need Dame on a drill beat. With someone who's friends with Pop Smoke. That's what we need.
Yep.
That's what we need.
Dame and 5-0. There you go.
Ooh, come on. Bow, bow, bow. Woo! Viral movie. Come on. Let's go, man. Come on, man.
I think Weston's right though. We have spent too much time in the church league. It's time to move on. We spent too much time in the Eastern Conference.
You know what? Wes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, my man.
So we got I guess to wrap here, we've got I think every team has basically 10 games left, or right around somewhere between 9 and 12. Anything what are we looking out for right now? Anything weird? Outside of the West just being jumbled.
I'm
looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to more L's directed at the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm looking for more W's for the Jazz and the Suns. Feel me? And you know what I'm also looking for? I'm looking for Kyrie to come back smiling on the court.
I hope so. Let's get them all healthy. Get them all healthy mentally and physically.
Yeah.
I want to see. I really do. That's what I'm rooting for right now. Outside of Michael Porter Jr. just to continue to torch the league. I'm ready for. I just want to be set up for the East is church league, but I want those top 3 teams. I want to see real matchups between those guys. I want to see the Bucks and Sixers go 7. I want to see the Sixers and Nets go 7. I want Giannis to perform for real. I want to see a real, even if the Bucks don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I want to see Giannis just pop off.
Yeah.
That's I want healthy playoffs. Is what I'm rooting for.
No, I'm not gonna say it. All right, I
Just
want.
say it.
No, dude, hit us with some LeBron smoke.
Yeah.
I want the Lakers to fall to 7. I want them to come through. I want them to lose the first game in the play-in, and then win the next 2. Then go through playoffs and win the finals. Then we get the whole the Lakers came through the play-in, and then hit the finals, hit the championship, build that legacy. But they're not. That's the ideal. But
hold on. Let's look at it real quick. Is it right? Hold on, I thought I was looking at that once. Here we go. So if we go down, say they drop down to 7, right? And then they play, I don't know, Ja Morant goes for 60. Memphis beats them in the first game. They come out as the 8th seed. They'd get Utah. We'd get Lakers, Utah in the first round, or Lakers, Suns in the first round.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine you finish in the 1 seed and you're rewarded by LeBron and AD in the first round?
Yeah, look, I also admit that's probably not going to happen. If we go by the playoffs now, I'd love for Memphis to get out and play the Suns in a series so people can see the insanity that is Ja Morant.
Yeah,
he caught an alley-oop this week where his eyes were over the rim. And he also windmilled it, and it looked like he caught it at the wrong point. It's just insane what he's doing.
He's got some Miles Bridges in him where every highlight or every play is an opportunity for him to bury someone. He shows out. I love him.
He should be more he should be. They don't give a damn about Memphis. They're not really on TV enough. But he's one of the most exciting young players in the league. So I'd love for him to get in the playoffs and get this would be on his 4 games of shine as they get swept out.
Yeah. And they got Jaren back too. Jaren Jackson Jr. He's back.
He gonna wild out. He gonna make it. He gonna wild out. He gonna show out.
And before Steve gets us out of here, we should let's share this one more time. Let's be real. We just need the magic to go deep so we can have more Cole World post game interviews.
Hey, that's a fact. That's what we need. That's a fact. That's what the world needs right now. That's a fact.
Oh man. All right, Steve, get us out of here.
Hey man, you guys just listened to the greatest sports podcast in the globe, baby. I'm Steve J, Catch, Mike Z. We the 89 Cavs. May all your shots be wet like water. You heard me?